Hey guys, CJ here, and today I'm going to finally be doing more Minecraft modding tutorials. We're going to be doing 1.9.4 modding, which is the latest version of Forge out at the moment. So there might be some bugs that we come across, but oh well. So I'm on the download page. I'll go ahead and link you to this page. You just click on the MDK button, and you will go to the add focus place, and apparently I've got a paid link bypasser. So I'm just going to put this on my desktop, name it tutorial mod. So once that's done, you can close your browser, and we unzip this, just extract it, and bam, these are the Forge files. Now you can go ahead and delete all the txt files. There we go. Now, if you are on Mac, delete the .bat file, that is Windows only. And if you're on Windows, you can delete the non-BAT file, because that is Mac only. Before we do anything else, I'm also going to configure the build.gradle. In here, we're going to put the Minecraft version underscore mod version. And in here, we're going to put the package. And this is our mod ID right here. Okay. Now I'm also going to do something else. Down here in process resources, I'm going to have it automatically put the name in the mcmod.info file. So mod ID is going to become project. What's it called? It is called archives base name. Okay, there we go. Now that that is configured, we're going to go into source, main, resources, and mcmod.info file. In here, this is where we're going to actually replace this with mod ID, so we don't have to type it in here. And here is tutorial mod. Simple tutorial mod with tutorial stuff. And go ahead and credit for the guys who made Forge. Set a default logo file. And put your name there. That's just a basic mcmod.info file. Just provides the basic information for the mod. Next, we're going to go ahead and build, well, we're actually going to set up the workspace for the mod. So you're going to have to open terminal or command prompt on Mac. Terminal can be found in the utilities folder in your applications folder. Right there, there's terminal. I already have it open, so I just create a new window, and here it is. Now on both Windows and Mac, you're going to want to change directory to this folder, and on Mac, if you have Finder open, you can drag this thing. On Windows, you can type cd and then drag the folder in like that, and that will do the same thing. Now the next thing we're going to want to do, if you're on Windows, you want to type in gradlew.bat and then set up dev workspace -- refresh - dependencies. And if you're on Mac, you're going to want to replace gradlew.bat with /gradlew. And this command can take a while, so see you once that's finished. Okay, as you can see here, it says build successful. So we have one more command to run. Once again, on Windows, it's gradle.bat and eclipse, or on Mac, it's /gradlew eclipse. Now this command should take less time. This just configures it so we can edit it in Eclipse, which is the application I'm going to be using, which doesn't appear to be fully closed. So I'm going to make sure that closes. There we go. And we're done with the terminal or command prompt. Just two commands you have to run, really. And that is that. So now you can open your Eclipse. I'm using version Mars 2. And I'm going to browse for a workspace, and I'm going to use the... Apparently I can't move this window here. I'm going to use the Eclipse folder that can be found inside of the tutorial mod, or whatever mod you're, whatever it's called. Inside of your mod folder, it's in the Eclipse folder. So it should look something like this. And then hit OK. And this will take a few seconds to open. Okay, so it's open. I'm going to go ahead and set this up. So I'm going to change the perspective to Java. Close these two. Make this smaller. Close others. I'm going to change the font. And apparently we have an error here, so I'll enable that in a second. Wrong font. So I'm going to use xKore, size 15, and I'm going to go to the formatter inside of code style. I'm going to create a new random formatter. I'm going to make it so there's no blank lines between the imports. And finally, I'm going to go into the file associations, add .json to the default text editor, which it already is. Add .info to the default text editor, and add .gradle to the default text editor. And then this will take a second to apply. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and enable error reporting and send this error. Alright, there we go. We've finally got everything set up. Now I'm going to delete the default package that comes inside of that, and I'm going to go into the build.gradle, and I'm going to create the package that we declared over here. Now we're going to create the main mod class. We're going to call this tutorial mod. And I'm going to create another class, call it mod.info. Now mod.info is going to hold the basic information of the mod, like the name, version, and mod ID. I'm going to declare this public static final strings, the name, version, and the mod ID, all declared right there. Here we've got tutorial mod, that's our version, and our mod ID is tutorial. Okay, that's it for that mod.info class. Now above the main mod class right here, you type at symbol mod, make an annotation. Name is equal to mod.info.name. Version is mod.info.version. Mod ID is mod.info.mod ID. And make sure to import that by pressing Shift Command or Control O, or you can hover over it and click the import button. Now we're going to add the three basic events, pre-init, init, and post-init, like this, at event handler, public void pre-init. Now this is actually going to require an argument, fml pre-initialization event e. Import those two things right there, make sure this is spelled right. I think that's it. We've got two more. We have init and post-init. Make sure those two get imported as well. And we're going to go ahead and set up the proxy too. I'm going to put it in this mod.info. Public static final string client proxy. Now I'm going to do these ones on separate lines because they can get a little long. And server proxy. Now I'm going to go ahead and right click on this and hit refactor, rename, so that I can copy the name. Okay, and dot proxy dot server proxy. And this one will be client proxy. Now of course this has to be an actual thing, so I'm going to create the package, and we're going to have a common proxy. Now in common proxy we're going to have all the same events that we had here, except for the event handler annotation. And inside of this class we're going to have at sided proxy, client side will equal mod info dot client proxy, and server side will equal mod info dot server proxy. And this is going to be a public static instance of common proxy called proxy. Make sure all that's imported. And this is an error because it didn't import. Okay, and then you can close common proxy. And we're going to have to create our client proxy class first. I'm going to go ahead and copy these methods, paste them in here, and make sure this extends common proxy. And we're going to have to make sure to call super each of these methods, or else we will have some issues. And our server proxy is going to be the same, so I'm just going to copy and paste that and rename it server proxy. And here it is. But apparently I copied the wrong one. So I'm going to delete it and try that again. Now server proxy. There we go. So server proxy and client proxy will both extend common proxy, and they both super the methods that they override. And then finally we can go proxy.preinitE, proxy.initE, and proxy.postinitE. So now that should actually be it for all of these methods. I'm just going to go ahead and do this to make it look a tad neater. One other thing, we're going to want to create a public static instance of our mod. And you just add the instance annotation for that to automatically be created and initialized. Okay, so that is the basic mod file. You can go ahead and run the game to make sure that it's working. So if we did everything right, we should have 4 mods loaded. And there are. We have our tutorial mod here. The mcmod.info file is not compiled when you're testing, so when you build it, it will be compiled, but not while testing. So, thank you guys for watching. That's about it for this episode of Modding Tutorials. Come back next episode where we'll create a basic item and render it, which is extremely fun in Forge 1.9. Yay.